So some of the top stories in the startup universe. A quick glance at the equity markets. 14,075 down about 0.4%. You've got the broader markets pretty much neck to neck with the frontliners. But lots going on in the world of metals with the steel price checks, the rally in metal stocks and the outlook on raw material availability. So we connect then with Mr. R.K Goyal. He's the managing director at Kalyani Steel to chat about that as well as lots more. Good to have you on board, Mr. Goyal. To begin with, let's talk about the average realizations that you're working with for specialty steel. What is it that you're observing in the domestic markets as well as export markets?
Good morning. As far as the average realization is concerned, we got the last price increase from 1st October from all the auto OEMs, and we are under discussions currently, and hopefully from 1st January it will get settled soon. And as soon as we get it settled, we will come back to it.
Right. And you cater to CVs, tractors, defense. So what kind of demand have you seen in these segments? Has CV been slower to pick up as compared to the passenger vehicles?
No, there is a very good demand in all the segments except commercial vehicles, which is also picking up now. So the demand growth is pretty good, and I think it is largely because people like to move from public transport to the private transport, and it is likely to continue for quite some time.
Sure. What's the, in terms of the higher raw material prices as well, what's the kind of impact you're seeing on your EBITDA margins on the back of that?
Most of the raw material prices, including iron ore, coke, and many of the ferroalloys prices have gone up substantially. Like iron ore, it has almost doubled. Coke, it has gone up by almost 70%. It has definitely big impact on our manufacturing costs. But I think it will be largely offset by the price increase, which we are expecting from 1st January.
Okay, and you've had about 400 crores cash on the books. Any expansion plans coming up, Mr. Goyal?
Sorry, I could not understand the question.
Any expansion plans? You've got quite a substantial amount of cash on your books. Anything in the works with regards to what you're planning to do with that?
Yes, we are evaluating various opportunities, greenfield as well as brownfield, including organic growth. And as soon as we are able to crystallize on something, we will move on.
All right. Just give us a sense as to what the outlook is then on the overall prices and the raw material costs as well. What exactly do you see that at?
You know, many of these things are controlled directly and indirectly by China. Look at coking coal. They reduced the imports from Australia. It has reduced the price for most of the coking coal buyers world over, including India. Now, if they are buying a lot of iron ore, they are importing a lot of iron ore, so iron ore prices are going up beside supply-related issues in India. So the key is with the Chinese people. However, the demand in India is picking up. It is at a level which is better than last year. And most of the manufacturers are running at a fairly high capacity. Besides domestic demand, they are catering to the export demand. And if there is a need be much larger requirement of the local users can be met from the current production. So I don't see there will be shortage of steel in the local market. And at the same time, we have to take several actions, including reduction in export of iron ore as well as pellets. There has to be some much larger duty or a sort of ban in export of this. Once we do that, then there is ample iron ore and pellets will be available for the local industry.
Sure. Mr. Goyal also wanted to understand, NMDC has hiked prices to about 4,000 rupees per ton. A, is availability an issue, and B, what kind of price hikes have you personally undertaken?
You know, what we are finding, the price increase even in the domestic market is because of two reasons. One, international prices are high, so domestic miners are also increasing the price. Number two, many of the mines where the mining lease has expired, even those mines, some of them are auctioned, they are yet to start production, and many of them are not auctioned, they are yet to be auctioned. So once all these mines start producing, much larger availability of iron ore will be there, and the prices should come down.
When do you see that happening, though? Could there be a timeline on when you see actually prices come back to normalcy from the elevated levels that they're currently at?
It's very difficult for anybody to predict that. It is largely certain actions from various government agencies and including the private miners and the steel users who have and mine owners who has to take a lot of actions to ensure that if the mines are allotted to them, they start them as early as possible. At the same time, mines which have not been auctioned, they are to be auctioned as fast as possible so that they can be restarted and the iron ore is available. Third thing is many new mines have to be opened so that sooner or later the additional iron ore is available to the industry.
Mr. Goyal, pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us.